Hello everyone, hope you are all having a great week. My name is Drew, the host of Never Behind, wanting to share insights from well-known investors or investors that have been in the market for a long time with plenty of experience so that they may provide insights of the market that may help you with your personal investments and never be behind the trend. Today I wanted to share an interview that Cathie Wood has recently had regarding her thoughts on the artificial intelligence revolution or AI revolution and the best stock that will be and is actually already the leader in this sector. I know that Cathie Wood is one of the investors that have a ton of followers, but at the same time have a lot of haters due to the performance of the ARK ETF funds. I personally think that although the ARK ETF funds might have not performed very well, there's always something to learn from Cathie Wood's interviews regarding insights of the future and several stocks that she mentions. So in today's video, I wanted to share her most recent insights and vision on one of her favorite stocks, Tesla, and on Elon Musk. So with that, let's get right into the interview. Oh, and before I get into the interview, I want to share that Moomoo is having a great promotion, giving out 16 free stocks, including either Tesla or a Google stock. If you open an account and deposit $100 and keep it in the account for 60 days, you will get 5 stocks. And if you deposit $1,000 and keep it for 60 days, you get a total of 15 free stocks. And if you deposit $5,000 and just keep it in the account for 60 days, you will get 15 free stocks plus either a Google or Tesla stock. So if you want to receive a potential of 16 free stocks, make sure you click the link in the description below. Now, before I share Cathie Wood's insights on Tesla, I wanted to share how she discovers sectors and stocks that she thinks will explode in the upcoming future, since I think these insights are very helpful for anyone that is also trying to find stocks with high growth potentials to invest in. So let's see what Cathie Wood had to share in this interview.
For every cumulative doubling in the number of electric vehicles produced, so 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, for every cumulative doubling, costs decline 28%. And the total cost of ownership of an electric vehicle now is lower than that of a gas-powered vehicle. And soon the sticker prices will be lower. So that's an example of costs coming down, units exploding. Last year, electric vehicle units globally were up on the order of 65%, while gas-powered sales were down almost 7%. So massive shift, weak auto market, but definitely playing into the favor of EVs.
So I think this was a great insight where she focuses on sectors that are showing dramatic cost reductions regarding production and services, and at the same time are seeing high increase in demand. And I think every revolution goes through this step and is also required, since to be massively scalable, the price needs to come down, but at the same time, the demand for the product has to explode at some point. And think that Cathie still thinks this is a case for Tesla. So with that, let's hear why Cathie still thinks that Tesla is the leader in the AI space.
Tesla is the biggest AI opportunity out there. It is the biggest artificial intelligence project in the world when it comes to autonomous taxi platforms. And it is selling for roughly, I think it's 7 times, maybe it's 6 times revenues now. So if anything, their competitive advantages are growing. You've noticed that GM and Ford have signed on to Tesla's charging station. They need that infrastructure. And that has increased our confidence. The fact that GM and Ford and others are signing on to this charging platform tells us that these companies understand that the world is shifting from the internal combustion engine, which still is roughly 90% of auto sales out there, to electric vehicles. Well, Tesla does not have to transition. It is there. It has that DNA already. We believe Tesla is the closest auto company and closest tech company to a fully commercialized national autonomous taxi platform. I know it sounds crazy, but if you are a Tesla driver and you have gotten the latest FSD, so full self-driving update in the beta, you will see a marked difference because of the breakthroughs in artificial intelligence that Tesla is using today in order to move towards full self-driving.
Now, Cathie does have great expectations for the robotaxi platform and is saying that there is no other car company that has the infrastructure built globally as Tesla has, and no other company is even near to what Tesla has built so far. Now, another major concern for the EV sector is the EV charging network, since in order to have EVs on the road, there has to be a well-developed EV charging network. Even in this case, Cathie is saying that there is no other company like Tesla that has the EV charging network established, and are also seeing other car companies like Ford and GM partnering with Tesla regarding the charging infrastructure, giving Tesla a stronger moat. Now, based on the sales per revenue ratio, Cathie is also expecting a much higher number in the near future for Tesla, and since we are in the stage of transitioning from a combustion engine era to the EV revolution, Cathie is saying that there's plenty of room for growth for Tesla. Now, one major issue that always comes up when talking about EVs and the Tesla self-driving platform is the safety issues, where we see a number of car crashes due to the Tesla FSD system in the news. Now, let's see what Cathie has to say about these accidents.
Right. With self-driving, question there, Cathie. We all know that the number of deaths is 100, 1,000x versus driverless. And yet the driverless death is going to get all the headlines and freak people out. So when will Americans or globally people get over that and be able to sort of just be dispassionate about the numbers rather than robot killed person kind of thing?
In the marketplace. And we went through this with Tesla. So there are 45,000 deaths caused by auto accidents in the US, and somewhere between 1 and 1.25 million globally. 80 to 90% of those are caused by human error. So with Tesla, it was very interesting. Out of the 45,000 accidents, only Teslas seemed to be featured as national news. And there were very few of those, but every single one of them was publicized. But truth wins out, and that's our philosophy. Do the research. If you're right, then maybe the National Highway Transportation Safety Association will make the point that 80 to 90% of human deaths in autos are caused by human error. And they have done that. In fact, when they analyzed Tesla's first fatality, and it was a blindside by a truck, and it took them 6 months, I think, to analyze it, but they basically came back and said, oh, it seems as though, given the safety features in a Tesla, Tesla's cars are 40% safer than most other cars out there, these safety reports. So truth wins out.
I totally agree on what Cathie has said, where self-driving vehicles are still very new to the major population, and makes sense that they are concerned about accidents. But if you really look into the causes of these car accidents where drivers and passengers are dying, the majority of the accidents are caused by mistakes from human beings and not from the self-driven Teslas. Now, if you think about it, Teslas don't get on the phone while driving, they never get tired, nor do they need to drink coffee while driving. So as long as the self-driving system is working properly, the risk of getting into an accident would be much less than accidents caused by human beings. Now, of course, there is still more work to be done for the full self-driving platform to be perfect. But in the case of Tesla, every Tesla that is out in the road is sending back data real time to the Tesla FSD system, improving its accuracy and preventing the Teslas from as many accidents as possible. Now, one reason that people are always talking about Tesla and its accidents are because out of the 45,000 car accidents that results in death in the US, a very small portion does occur by Teslas, but every accident that is caused by a Tesla is on the news and is making it a much bigger deal, while we don't see other accidents caused by combustion vehicles on the news that much. Now, I do think that it will take more time to have full self-driving vehicles and the robotaxi platform to be in use, but I think we are getting there at a very fast pace. So let's keep an eye on how the robotaxi platform develops in the following years. Now, finally, the host asked Cathie whether she is worried about Elon acquiring and focusing on Twitter and also causing issues or being on the news for several statements he makes on social media. But Cathie had a straightforward response that gave me more confidence as a Tesla shareholder. Let's see what Cathie had to say about Elon Musk.
Are you concerned, one, about Elon's foray into Twitter, and two, his behavior generally?
And we've had to face this issue since we bought Tesla, which was the day ARK opened its first funds in 2014 in the media. And I said, he's our Thomas Edison. He is our age's inventor. I have watched him surround himself by incredible professionals, very talented engineering teams. And they work for him for less pay, perhaps, because he is solving the world's hardest problems, including, I would say, Twitter, now X, the controversy over censorship versus not, and just opening up the algorithms, letting everybody see how they're evolving Twitter into a healthier platform, the world's public square. So he wants to solve the hardest problems in the world. And thank God he does. If you look at what Elon has done with SpaceX and rockets and reusable rockets, so being able to land them on barges in the ocean simultaneously, that's amazing. But do you know how many times he had to fail to get that to work? And now we're in the artificial intelligence age, and that's the same is true with everything AI. It'll get better and better over time, but it will be wrong in the beginning. Not until it perfects with more information will it get it completely right.
Now, Cathie Wood's thought on Elon has not changed a bit since I have heard from her interviews back in 2017 when she was on CNBC. Now, personally, I really enjoy watching every video on YouTube of interviews from Steve Jobs, and remember from one of his interviews where Steve was saying that his team members were being offered positions from other companies with double their salary, but were not willing to leave the team since they believed and had faith in what Steve was accomplishing and wanted to be a part of changing the world. Now, based on what Cathie has said in this interview, it reminded me of Steve Jobs and what he said about his team, since Elon's team members are not leaving the team even with better offers because they also believe in what Elon is doing for the world. When we talk about Apple, we think about Steve Jobs, and in the same way, I think when we talk about Tesla, we also automatically think about Elon Musk, and I think that name has great power to the stockholders and also the majority of people in the world. So with that, I'm looking forward to see what Elon will accomplish not only with Tesla, but also with SpaceX, Hyperloop, Neuralink, and Twitter. So thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on our next episode.